Hey everybody in the Trauma Healing and Inner Child Work group. I wanted to come in here and talk about something I've seen a lot in a lot of mom groups. Also in a lot of my personal page, I see so many moms really struggling, or not even just moms, I should say women who are really struggling with trying to understand why either their children or children around them aren't able to regulate their own emotions. And it becomes severely frustrating. And the one thing I want to say is this is never your fault. If you feel very triggered or reactive by children, this isn't something that anybody ever grows up with knowing how to bring down the emotion for yourself and for children around you. So if you're a mom and you're thinking, okay, my kids are constantly triggering me. Like, I get up in the morning and then boom, they're there. I hear that a lot. This happened to me this morning. Like, I had 10 minutes, you guys, just 10 minutes to myself. And I did 5 minutes of meditation. I did 5 minutes of yoga. And then we got the kids up and we took them on like a little trial run to go to school. So we all got our bikes out. And it's like, y'all, 7 in the morning. We're getting up. We got the bikes down by like 7:45 from our apartment building, and then we rode to the school. And everything went really, really well. I was surprised, I'm not going to lie, because my one son went to bed at like midnight. And the other day we tried to wake him up early, and the other kiddo of mine was very, very frustrated. He's like, I was in such good sleep. Why did you wake me up? So he was like not having it. So what I wanted to talk about today is something that so many of us moms struggle with. And I really hope that if you're watching this video, that it helps you in your relationships with your kids, with your partners, with your family, and with yourself, because this is the really deep inner work that I talk to my clients about all the time, and I am working on myself personally. So one of the things that really helps if you feel triggered by children, or children are very have very big emotions, the first thing that you can do is allow the child to have their emotions. So number one is allow them to have the emotion. Okay? Yes, you might be triggered. Yes, you might want to yell. Yes, you might want to scream. Even if they throw themselves on the floor in the grocery store, let them. Okay? There is a method that Mel Robbins talks about. It's called Let Them. And as long as they are not hurting themselves or other people, you have to allow children to feel their emotions. Okay? They have only been on this earth for a very small period of time. They are learning their emotions, and they will learn how to regulate their emotions through your example. Okay? So if you are very triggered by them, they are then going to grow up feeling triggered by other people as well. So number two is you have to learn to allow yourself to feel your emotions. The way that this works is, let's say your child throws himself on the floor in the grocery store and they're yelling and they're screaming. You can stand there and just say, okay, we're just going to let this happen, because we don't care what other people think. We don't. You might think that you do, but honestly, nobody cares what anybody else is doing. Everybody cares about what's happening right here, right here. Everybody is very self-centered in a very beautiful way, which is good. Okay? Nobody else really cares what everybody else is doing. And most emotions last anywhere from like 30 to 90 seconds. So you can be triggered, and I show my clients how to move through those triggers when all of that builds up. Like, let's say you've got to go to work, you're late, the kid's thrown himself on the floor, doesn't want to put on his shoes, they're yelling, they're screaming, and all that stuff. Okay, you have to let them. And then you have to also be able to regulate your own emotions, because when you can regulate your emotions, right, we're not triggered by them, we're going to let them do their thing, you can bring your emotions down and come from a place of saying, hey, I hear you, I see you, it's okay to feel this way. Yes, you have big emotions. Yes, you're a child. This is going to happen. Yes, you're going to yell and scream and cry. We cannot expect children to be perfect by any means, nor can we be perfect by any means. So this takes practice. I do a lot of work with my mamas where we are doing things like affirmations, visualization. Like, we literally sit and meditate on these kinds of things as a preventative way to not feel triggered, to not be reactive to our kids, and instead say, hey, I hear you, I see you, I get that you've got really big emotions, just, we're not hitting, we're not doing any of this craziness, okay? You can feel your feelings, and when you are ready to talk with me, then we can talk. If they get it all out, they're going to be exhausted. right? But two, now they know that they can always come to you, right? This is number three. You have to be able to control the environment. You cannot control the child. This is really hard for a lot of us. You cannot control other people. This is in relationships, your spouse, your family, your friends, work, everything. So this is helpful for everyone. We cannot control other people. So you have to release control. That's number three. One, allow the child or other people to feel their feelings. Let them, okay? Two, you regulate your own emotions and your own triggers, and you heal whatever is, making you feel that way. We do this one exercise where we go back to when we first felt that trigger, and most times you can go back into your childhood and be like, oh, that's when it happened. And when we can rewrite that story and heal that, you won't be triggered as much anymore. You'll be able to regulate it, okay? So regulating yourself. And then number three is releasing control. Allowing what's going to happen, okay? Not judging yourself, not making yourself feel bad or feel like a bad parent, because you're not a bad parent, you're not a bad teacher, you're not a bad spouse, you're not a bad family member, you're not a bad friend, right? You are working through your emotions. This is the deeper inner work that so many of us women have to do. And I will say 95 to 99% of people just won't do it because it feels too hard. But if you're that woman who's like, I want this, I want to be able to go back to my childhood, heal that little girl, I want her to feel safe, protected, and secure. I want to be able to be more present for my family right now. I want to live the life and create the future that I truly want, so that I'm not yelling at my kids, I'm not screaming at them. I can go to work and be myself. I can be myself around my friends and my family, and I can walk away from toxic people and abuse and narcissism and all that. That's exactly what I walk my clients through, okay? So what I'll do is I'll put my link for my calendar down below. If you have been thinking about private one-on-one or coaching with me, then you can absolutely apply. What we do is we go through about a 20-minute call, and then we go through the application together, and we make sure that we are a good fit, and that my program is a good fit for you. That's it. It's not scary by any means, okay? So if you have been thinking about that, you can absolutely apply for this month, and I will walk you through everything. If you have any questions about this, then go ahead and pop them down below, and I will see you soon. Bye.